think we're gonna move on to... I guess that's all the stuff that I needed, but I do kind of just want to continue the main quest, so I know where we're going. I don't think I need to talk to anybody about this, but we do need to go to find, what's his name, in Winterhold. Excited for Wayward Realms, Daggerfall, the Unity version was your third test game. You love it dearly. Yeah, I've played about 5 hours of Daggerfall. It's very, very, very intense. That game's very intense is the best way that I can put it. Hell of an undertaking. That's going to be a life work. Yeah, well, the thing is, so when I was in high school, I did mock trial. And if you don't know what that is, that's totally understandable. So when I did it, I was a witness every single time, which meant that there was a lot of downtime for me because the lawyers on the team were constantly working on their case and constantly working on their arguments. And there were many, many times or days that we weren't doing anything with my particular witnesses. So I would just sit there and provide information. And I had a laptop at the time that I would just write lore on, and I would design maps and all that kinds of stuff. So I've been working on this project since like 10th grade. I haven't really worked on it in a while, especially since I started my YouTube channel, because I've been focused more on other games lore, but that has been super helpful for me trying to conceptualize my own game and my own lore going forward. So yeah, that's my backstory on that. Wouldn't it be so sick if the Heart of Lorcan was actually in here? I love when he walks in there and he goes, "It's just a book," and then he vaporizes. I don't like how on the borders it just says you cannot go that way. Oh my god, yeah. Well, I have a core memory of being like 13 and playing this game, and I saw on the map that there's a road over here in Falkreath, and I was like, oh my god, can I get into Cyrodiil? And then I walked all the way down and it said you cannot go that way, and I was just like heart crushed. Be so cool. I do like how in these games though, if you go to the border, you can see further into it. Further into it, you can see like the White Gold Tower if you go to the south here, or you can see like parts of Blackmarsh, I believe, from Cyrodiil on that border. You can see Red Mountain too. Yes, the Red Mountain is so cool to see from Solstheim. I love that. It's so like menacing. It's especially sad to see what happened to Morrowind. I see a lot of people saying like the Dark Elves deserved it, which I mean, yeah, some of them did, definitely. House Drez could get nuked, and I don't think anyone would really care. Yeah, no, the writers really did Morrowind dirty. I'm gonna be honest. Oh hey, you're not gonna help? What a dick. This is also funny that Ice Wraith is just attacking him now. Bardal wiped out Vivec City. Yeah, I would argue that a lot of people in Vivec City did not deserve that. Just nuke Morrowind to Todd Howard 2010 probably. I genuinely want to know how much input Todd has on the lore. Like, does he just walk into the office every once in a while and greenlight things, or is he actively in there helping write? Plate glitch to get into the tower. Yes, so I'm not the only one who knows about this. Good. I'm glad to see that comment, because that's exactly what we're going to do. I think they patched it. Didn't work with Esbern either. That's true. Hey, there we go. Yep. Cool. Whoa, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
Take this and hold on to it. I'll be back for it later. No time to talk. Snitch or double-cross me and I'll kill you. I mean it.
Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, no, I haven't done this dungeon in a long time either. The unofficial patch low-key sucks. I agree. Every time that I've had that thing installed, it gives me like weird glitched textures. If I attack these guys...
Careful with that fire.
Oh yeah, sorry bro. We'll just farm our sneak skill off this guy a little bit. Rest in peace, Sola Trebatius. What are these Imperials doing? They're the survivors of the group that came in here before us. I think they're like just supposed to be I think they're just supposed to be some adventuring group, but I have not done the actual dungeon in so long. Speaking of Imperials, they really did them dirty, to be honest. The lore for the Nibonese is extremely cool in books like PGE, and they just don't exist in the games meaningfully. They had this whole Minoan/Hindu vibe going on. Yeah, no, for real. The Imperials got done very dirty. I would love to see like the initial culture that was planned for them. I mean, I do like the Imperials. Oh shit! I really like that they included Sindarian from Oblivion. There's 2 corpses of legacy characters that you can find in this game. One of them is Gratian Kyrelius from the Solstheim DLC, and the other one is Sindarian from Oblivion. Hey! Let's get him this way. Okay, we got him this time. I was watching your health bar get bodied by it while you were talking. Yep, he's distracted. Yeah. Yep. Wouldn't be a visit to Blackreach without the Centurion croc shot. Yeah. Oh, fuck! What the fuck was that? Who's behind me? I'm gonna level up health. God damn. Bro, you cannot just sneak up on me like that. That's not cool. It's a violation of my personal space. Yeah, I want Gollum to be in Skyrim. Make something up. Todd inventing the Falmer. Well, okay, so was Falmer lore around before Skyrim? I don't actually know the answer to that question. Because Skyrim retconned a lot of stuff. I remember, like, the Blades were not dragon hunters. I don't think they were before Skyrim came out, but the Blades are always getting retconned. Like, they were spies in Morrowind, you're a Blades agent in Daggerfall, whatever that means. And then in Oblivion, they're like protectors and bodyguards. Like, their roles are so sparse. Or not sparse, like, far-reaching. Biggest retcon Skyrim did was murder Children of the Sky. I think that's just going to be a staple of the of the mainline games in this series, is taking some piece of lore and changing it or adapting it in some way. I do think that the Nords, I used to not like the Nords when I was a kid. I thought that they were just very, like, basic. But the more that I've learned about them, like, they are super interesting. I think that it's bad practice to be fully racist all the time, even if it's a fantasy game, because I feel like definitely that kind of thinking might bleed over into your real life thinking, you know? Even if you don't think it is. It's bad practice to be fully racist all the time. Yeah, hey, you can quote me on that. That's a good quote. I love this puzzle because all you do... yeah, I do have very hot takes. I think all you do is click this one until this button lights up. I still don't know what this puzzle even really is. Just click this one a bunch. Oh, yep, there we go. Click that one. And then that one. It's only okay against Argonians. See, this is what I'm talking about. And then you click this one. I'm an Argonian sympathizer. I love those fuckers. I think they're so cool. And then you just grab this. You gotta always remember to grab that. Yep. Yeah, but you're a Khajiit, not enjoyer, so you know. Okay, I'm a Khajiit. I'm not a fan of how Bethesda have written the Khajiit. I think that they're, in lore, super cool. I think when they appear in-game, it's like... It does them disservice, you know? Especially the ESO DLC. I fucking hated that. Oh my god. Don't get me started on the Khajiit. That's my actual biggest test pet peeve. Massive Periite Defender. I love there's a line when talking about Periite and Akatosh that says that the fact that he is a dragon, the fact that Periite appears as a dragon is some sort of inside joke between him and Akatosh, but nobody knows what it is. I really, really like that. The Daedric Prince of COVID. You're not even wrong. Hermaeus Mora is just every lorehead self-insert. I love the theory that Hermaeus Mora has the knowledge of cut content from the Elder Scrolls games inside of Apocrypha. It's so funny. That was one of the big things that got me with the ESO Somerset expansion. For those of you that haven't played it, about to spoil it for you. The 3 Daedric Princes, Nocturnal, Clavicus Vile, and Mephala all team up, and then the one that winds up betraying them in the end is Nocturnal, and she becomes like a megalomaniac, crazy, mustache-twirling villain and tries to take over the Crystal Tower and Tamriel. And like that just felt so out of place for me. I always see Nocturnal as like a very cool, almost chill Daedric Prince, especially with how she handled the Grey Cowl and how she has like her own brigade of worshippers as the Nightingale, right? Like she's not someone to try to take things over necessarily. She enjoys being a prince of men, in my eyes. I see Nocturnal as like a mafia boss. Yeah, that's totally valid, right? Like, I don't think that Nocturnal should be like trying to take things over. She's more like, yeah, she's more like the Kingpin from Marvel. To be fair, the princes operate on blue and orange morality, so determining whether they are good or evil is subjective to mortal definitions. I would totally agree. Yeah, I think that they are not necessarily good nor evil. Like Sheogorath, objectively in the Shivering Isles DLC, is just kind of protecting his homeland. I mean, he's got a few moments of being kind of crazy, but overall he's actually pretty rational in that DLC when you consider that he's the god of madness. I think that's one thing that I learned from studying philosophy, is that if you try to codify your belief system, you're gonna not live your life to the fullest. Like, I believe a bit of this and a bit of that, but I don't seem to align myself with any one philosophy in particular. Like, some days I'm feeling a bit more nihilistic than others, you know? I think philosophies of their time just served as a predicate to antidepressants. I think that's one of the funniest things I've heard. Yeah. Very true. Looking at you, Kant. Kant is insane. I wrote a 6-page paper in college about how Kant is full of shit. Jaggers Baggers. New canonical name of him.
You know why I'm now you want to go. Running to safety with the dawn.
Who's making that noise? You guys hear that? Oh. Alright. Never seen that one before. There's a lot of new things happening to me on the Skyrim playthrough. Dvaith was my favorite dude. Was like, look at my clones and my castle and my dwarf. He really was just trying to show off, wasn't he? He was like, yeah, you can walk around, take whatever you want. By the way, look at my cool daughter wives. I think we can all agree the vampire lords look kind of disgusting, right? Vampire lord form looks like Namira had a child with a topographical map of Morocco. It's a good one. It's another good quote. Yeah, no, it looks fucking horrible. I don't know why they thought that looked cool. Or maybe they weren't trying to make it look cool. I don't know. I thought the name God Howard is always a joke. At least it is in my friend group. I do think that for a lot of people it is a joke, but also some people like that are newer to the community might not get that, and I do see a lot of reverence for Todd Howard, like in certain Elder Scrolls circles. If you get close enough to Adolvald, I think he just dies. Yep, see? Lokil of Rorikstead. The evil version of Lokir. The way that would hurt so bad, and just nobody talks about it. We go here? God damn it, screwed it up. To me, Lokil is the normal version. Just a glimpse into my twisted, fucked up mind. Oh, Jesus. One of these days I'll equip my items correctly. I guess I'll level up. Oh, do I have cooties? Wind Shear, I think, was like the most broken weapon in the game. I always heard people talk about Wind Shear, but I didn't like the look of it. I was not a big fan of how it looked. Skyrim, thankfully, is not one of those games where you have to use like the optimal gear for it. That's why I always thought that like Camelworks had these videos that were about like the DPS scaling of weapons and stuff, and it's like you can use whatever the fuck you want, man. It's Skyrim. It's not like the most taxing game in the world. Cooties is such a funny way to describe sanguine. I forget how you pronounce that. Sanguinare Impurus.
I was expecting someone.
I mean, that's essentially what it is, right?
By the way, my name is Serana. Good to meet you.
I like how you can't tell her what your name is. She's like, I'm Serana. And you're like, yeah, that's cool. Anyway, on Xbox. Oh, no. God damn it. Oh, I hate being a vampire, dude. I hate it. Did I save? Honestly, like, I'm all for single-player video games having completely busted things in them, because it's not hurting anybody. Like, I think in multiplayer games, stuff certainly needs to be patched out, but I remember that like in Borderlands 3, there was this completely busted combo that you could do with flak, and they patched it out. It's like, what the fuck, man? It was fun. You ever seen the NWA speedruns for Morrowind? No? Is it like how quickly how quickly you can get somebody to call you an NWA? The Dunmer lady from the end of the Thieves Guild has an absolute 5-head. Carlia? Yeah, no. Carlia's got a crazy 5-head going on. Astrid's himbo of a husband boasts about skinning his latest target and making a loincloth. You're so right. That guy is a fucking himbo, too. Honestly, that guy sucks. Like, most of the Dark Brotherhood has good characters throughout all of the games, but fuck that guy. It's just boring. Is the Dawnstar chest still over here? Look at that. That's so funny. This is the type of stuff I love that just like has never been patched. Where if you know, you know. I'm gonna see if we can get in here and loot the shit out of this place before we get banished. I don't know if you guys know about this, but this is one of my favorite things. Sorry if you had headphones on.
Tell me,
This is the ASMR I came here for.
perhaps you for centuries we lived
I love this little walk he does, his thug walk.
world. All that ended when my wife betrayed me and stole away.
Surprised the hell out of you. You didn't know about that?
I was a there is but I
It's pretty
offered
funny.
my
Well, where to go next? I guess I can just continue on with the main quest. I don't know why I really did that. I just kind of felt like it. I wanted to get the crossbow, that's right. Oh, shit, it's him. It's the wretched abyss.
Come closer, bask in my presence,
Dude, I'm actually yawning listening to him already. Holy shit.
and
If you guys are Skyrim OGs, you'll remember that the Wretched Abyss used to be a purple portal. It was not this Hermaeus Mora thing before. I mean, it was meant to be Hermaeus Mora, but it had a different animation entirely.
when
I think different voice lines. I don't know if it was Wes Johnson.
you
That isn't my middle school Streisand effect.
are so close.
Yeah, no, it used to be a weird blue-purple portal. It was like the same summon signal as the conjuration spells.
Kriegwolf Akrin, die now in vain.
Can I do this? No. Yeah, the Siege of Stros Mackay, I don't know what that's based off of, though, because, like, I think we were talking in your chat the other day that a lot of the cards are references in Tessel, and a lot of them are, but some of them are more oblique references to stuff, like Morthal Watchman, you know? That's not a reference to anyone in particular, it's just a reference more to the city of Morthal. And so some events are just like whatever. I hate the model acting in this scene. Yeah, I absolutely hate it. We need more actual cutscenes. And by more, I mean we need a actual cutscene. I don't think we've ever had an actual cutscene in Elder Scrolls. God damn it, dude. Oh, did that hit both of them? Oh, that's cool. Daggerfall does have a cutscene at the start, you're right. Yeah, no, they used to in the older games. I am forgetting about those. Ooh. I thought I could heal it, man. God damn it. The scores for the new boss fights in Elden Ring, holy shit, man, they're so good. I've had the Scattertree Avatar song stuck in my head. Wah, 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 ba-da-da, da-da-da, la-da-da-da-da. This is absurd. First, you were doing the first half of the main quest, but after the Thalmor Embassy, you decided to go 180 and join the Thieves Guild before you rescue Esbern. Why? Because all that I needed to do was get to Parthenax, and I did that. So now we're just kind of hanging out and chatting and doing whatever. So doesn't really matter. We're just chilling. Better boss fight, this or the Dancer of the Boreal Valley? Obviously, this boss fight is peak gaming. Everybody loves this. The mechanics are great. I love the boss arena, by the way. So good. Dancer of the Boreal Valley wishes she had a boss arena like this. I mean, what is hers? Some fucking room? This is an experience right here. I want to see the Slowed beat the villains in Elder Scrolls 6. I mean, the Slowed are always funny. They were in, they added them in Elder Scrolls Online. Elder Scrolls 6, 2032. That's so correct, though. I'm betting you would join the Stormcloaks because of reasons? Who, me? Nah. I am not a Stormcloak fan. I understand Ulfric. Ulfric has a right to be upset. But I think that he's doing the exact same thing that the Thalmor are doing in the end, because he is also being racially prejudiced, and he's also being we're gonna die here. Quick save. He's being racially prejudiced and nationalistic, which is exactly what the Thalmor have been. Oh boy. But he's becoming them, essentially. Same here, I always join the Imperials, yeah. And, you know, the Imperials are not, like, 100% in the right, but I don't really like Ulfric's philosophy of Skyrim is for the Nords, especially when that's, like, not the route that the series has gone. If you go back and play Elder Scrolls Online, there's plenty of people in Skyrim at that time that are not Nords. I mean, it's mostly Nords, but, you know, it's the same as this game. Like, there are plenty of other races of people that coexist within Skyrim. It's not made for any one people. And I mean, if we want to get technical, oh god, if we want to get technical, the Falmer and the Dwemer were here first, so not really for anyone. It's just a piece of land. God damn it, dude! This boss fight sucks. Ugh. Yeah, just keep doing that. To be fair, depends if you believe they were breathed onto the throat of the world, in which case they were there first. I do not condone Ulfric's actions, just being devil's advocate. Yeah, I mean, no, that's fair. There's different interpretations. I tend to take a more naturalistic explanation of all the events in the lore. What Ulfric is doing is still morally righteous to those who view Talos as a god. I think he would have responded differently in less dire circumstances. Oh yeah, no, I mean, he's got, like, that's why I always say Ulfric is the best character in Skyrim. He's legitimately the best character they've ever written, because he's very nuanced. He has a point. Is he going about it the right way? Probably not. But he's he has the correct intentions in mind. I also do think, though, he has ambitions to become the High King. That's clearly something that he's wanted for a long time. The opposite, but more for Thalmor basically owning the Empire if you don't side with Ulfric. I mean, if you side with the Empire, you talk to Legate Ricca about this, and you talk to Tullius about this. They're not happy about it either. And even if you side with Ulfric, the last thing that Tullius says to Ulfric is, you know this is what they want, don't you? And Ulfric basically tells Tullius to shut up and die. But, Tullius thinks that the war is ridiculous. That's his whole standpoint, and that's kind of why he's a curmudgeon. And he's like, yeah, you Nords and your damn traditions. Because essentially it's Nordic tradition that started all of this trouble in the Empire. It's the Nordic tradition of being able to murder the High King through a duel. Tullius kind of makes the point, though, that he doesn't want this war. And it seems like Ulfric does want this war. Now, why Ulfric wants this war? It seems like he's trying to be a champion of the right to freedom of religion, which is very cool and based. But he also seems to have ambitions for the throne. So, very complex character. The Ulfric video that I have on my channel, it opens with that speech of his, and I fucking love that speech. I don't even agree with him, necessarily, but I love that speech, where he's like, talking about why he's fighting. Why he fights for the people, And I don't know what they told his voice actor. Whatever guidance they gave him on the character of Ulfric worked out very well, because you can tell that regardless of what's written about Ulfric, the voice actor fully believes what he's saying, you know? I got the sense Tullius gave up fighting the Thalmor. I don't think so. That's not the vibe that I got from him. He seems to talk about fighting them at a different date, rather than in the present, because the Great War was only 30 years before Skyrim. It was roughly 30 years before Skyrim. So the Empire hasn't really had time to recover fully from all the fighting that happened. I mean, people forget. Their capital city was sieged and broken into, pillaged, like burned. From what the legate tells us in the book on the Great War, the Legion, like none of them were more than half capacity, and it takes a long time to get more troops for your army, right? A lot of people in Cyrodiil were experiencing war fatigue, I'd imagine, so essentially that's when a war's been going on for so long, the citizens no longer want to fight it, and they'll just take peace. And so, I don't know, I just don't think that the Empire is capable of taking on the Thalmor at this point. Although there is a case to be said that the Thalmor are weaker than they appear to be, because they've done this trick before, where they'll pretend like they have bigger armies than they do, and it scares people. I think he knows the Empire's no match. Yeah, I definitely think that he's not willing to fight them at the moment. I think it's kind of strange that it's all Talos this, Talos that against the Empire when Talos made the Empire. Yeah, and I mean, it is hypocritical for the Imperials to abandon Talos, but like, they stood up for themselves at first. They said no. They were like, this is bullshit. But then, after taking back their city, they didn't really have much of a choice, I would say. Now, did Emperor Titus Mede negotiate very well? Doesn't appear that way. It seems like he gave in to the Thalmor pretty quickly. So that's the biggest criticism that people can have against him, is that they should not have given up that quickly into the Thalmor's demands. But, you know, it was 5 years. In a way, it could be said that the Thalmor want to turn Skyrim into a banana republic. Yeah, I think that's a good way of putting it. Hammerfell has apparently been holding out on their own against the Thalmor, which may suggest the Empire either quit too early or were more vulnerable than they thought. Yeah, I think it's a bit of both, right? I mean, they could have gone further into Valenwood, but like, that's not going to end well. I feel like if they went into Valenwood, it would be like when Great Britain attacked the United States. Like, not a very easy thing to do. The Bosmer would be able to defend their homeland so well, considering they know the lay of the land and they know the, like archery from the trees. I genuinely think that if the Imperials were to storm into the Aldmeri Dominion, they would have just gotten slaughtered and assassinated. High Rock, I think, is still free too. Yeah, and that's one of the things where I think people want it to be High Rock and Hammerfell in the next game, because they want to know what's going on in both regions. I think it'd be much better to have just High Rock, considering we've seen High Rock and Hammerfell done before, and I'm far more interested in the Redguard lore than in the Breton lore, to be honest with you. I think with the Dragonfires being out for so long, there could be some subplot about the Medes being weak rulers of the Empire. And, well, that is considered. Because they're the first people ruling the dynasty without having any connection to dragon's blood, or, you know, they would not be able to wear the Amulet of Kings if it was still around. Whereas, you know, you see Ulfric, and he's not a dragonborn, but he can at least shout. He's seen as a more powerful figure than not just High King Torygg, but probably about anyone right now. I mean, we don't even know who's ruling. We don't even know who's ruling in High Rock. That's how, or Hammerfell. I don't think. I mean, we know about the classes in Hammerfell that are kind of warring, but we don't really know much about the individual leaders that are involved in those nations at the moment. The whole Dragonborn part of the Septum seems to be more in spirit than literal, despite physical clues. Now, see, this is the whole point of why I'm collecting this information. There's no distinction between Dragonborns who can shout and Dragonborns who can't. They are all implied to be able to shout. They are all implied to be able to absorb dragon souls, except for Alessia. Alessia is the only person. This goes back to Michael Kirkbride. Kirkbride is the reason that people are confused about the distinction between dragon blood and dragon soul, because he stated one time that Alessia did not have the power to absorb dragon souls. despite being a Dragonborn. You have to remember, Kirkbride, he was referencing also the Dragonborn DLC for Skyrim, which he did not work on. People have taken this to be canon, and whether or not Alessia can or cannot absorb dragon shouts, he did not say Alessia and her heirs, he's specifically talking about one entity. So the preferred opinion is that all Dragonborn are equal in their status. Like, if I were to meet, I don't know, any of the heirs to the Septim Dynasty, or any of the heirs of Riemann, or whatever, they would all be able, presumably, to shout and absorb dragon souls. It's just in their time there were no dragons for them to slay. But eventually that video will get put together, so it might be articulated better in that. Ulfric's ability to use dragon shouts may or may not put a spammer in the idea as how he demonstrated that one can learn power without being gifted. Well, yeah, the Greybeards are proof of that. There's nothing in the lore, though, to suggest that the Dragonborn Emperors are anything different than your own Dragonborn. I mean, that's not just my opinion. That is, you can ask people on anywhere throughout the internet and find that. It's not supported. The power of the voice can be learned. So Minotaurs can learn shouts then. I mean, I suppose, if they're intelligent enough. I don't know if you guys know about this glitch. You can get up here. And then let's do a save. I believe you go down here then. Yep. You can drop down here. Look at that. You made it outside of Whiterun. But yeah, you can get outside of the loaded area. You can see the outside world. And if you go over here, this is one potential way to get to the chest in Whiterun. But yeah, the Thu'um is, I mean, it's a language that you have to have an understanding of the words that you're saying in order to shout. That's the main idea of the Thu'um. Anybody can do it. And it's not that Dragonborn Emperors can just shout. It's that they are supposed to have all the same abilities as your player character. So there's no distinction between Dragon Blood and Dragon Soul, essentially, which is what everybody says that the Dovahkiin has. People consistently say, oh, well, the character from Skyrim is different from the Dragonborn Emperors because they have the soul of a dragon, not the blood of a dragon. But it's, I mean, as we just pointed out, playing this playthrough, Paarthurnax and Esbern both point out that you do indeed have dragon blood, not just the soul of a dragon. They are indistinguishable. Okay, so we want to go in here and just get some gold. To be fair, if you're playing Elder Scrolls for the combat, you might need a different series. Yeah, but, you know, they do need to update this shit specifically for that reason, to make the gameplay a little bit more fun. I mean, I think Skyrim does a great job of it. Gameplay is quite fun in Skyrim, despite it being very old. I really want pseudo forge mode for placing objects in my house in Elder Scrolls 6. Yeah, oh my god. So when I first heard of the Hearthfire DLC, I was like, oh shit, we're gonna be able to build our own house. And then they're like IKEA houses. That FromSoft's combat is very good, but I also like to play games like this every once in a while that, you know, they're not just the typical Soulsborne style, because I think that market is it's oversaturated at the moment. I just want the Levitation Act to get revoked. Yeah, the Levitation Act is stupid. Probably one of the funniest pieces of writing I've ever seen, though. Although I don't think that's what they were going for. Talked about it, but if you think about it for more than 30 seconds, it's just so stupid. Yeah, I mean, you know what's crazy is that there are laws against murder, too, but the Dark Brotherhood, they don't let that stop them. I do think, though, that them getting rid of levitation magic as a whole, it does fix a lot of fantasy problems. Because, like, when you think about the siege of the Imperial City, you can basically just say, okay, well, why didn't everybody just levitate themselves into the city? It makes a lot of things seem really stupid when people aren't just constantly using teleportation magic or portals or teleporting, stuff like that.